Welcome to another episode of Geekoutdoors.com. And as you could clearly see, I am not outdoors. But I did see something today that was so powerful and so compelling, I actually had to make a video about it. Now, this isn't tech or geek related, but I would have felt so guilty if I didn't share this so that you can go experience it yourself. And what I'm talking about is the movie Creed. Now, if you're not familiar with what Creed is, it's technically the seventh movie in the Rocky Balboa series. And it focuses on Apollo Creed's son Adonis, or Donnie Creed for short. Now, before I go any further, I do want to mention that I am going to leave some spoilers in this. And so if you have not seen the movie, definitely shut this video off, go watch the movie, and then come back and we can talk about it. So there are three things that I love about this movie. First and foremost is the legend, the man, Sly Stallone playing Rocky Balboa. That's first. Secondly, the masterful direction and writing by Ryan Coogler. I've never heard of this guy, but I'm going to watch every movie he makes after this. Because before this, he did a small indie film which also got a lot of critical acclaim called Fruitvale Station. And it also stars Michael B. Jordan, who is also the third reason why I love this movie. Michael B. Jordan plays Creed in this movie, and he is amazing. You know, I don't think there was anybody better that Sylvester Stallone could have taken this Rocky franchise and handed it over to a brand new franchise, Creed, than Michael B. Jordan. This guy becomes Creed. And I loved it. The main reason why I love this movie, besides those three, as a movie, this is a very, very character-driven movie. And that's a lot because of Ryan Coogler. There's not a single one-dimensional character in this movie. I would say not even for the supporting characters. Everybody has a lot of depth, and everybody has different shades of humanity, which I love. And speaking of humanity, man, Sylvester Stallone, this is the most human role that he's ever played. This is the best acting that I've ever seen him in since the very first Rocky. Now, there was Rocky Balboa #6, and he also did well there, but this is his best performance yet. You know, I really I really felt a lot for this character, and also Sly Stallone, so masterful job. There's been rumors or maybe just people wishing that he would win an Oscar for this as well as a supporting actor. He deserves it. It is so good. Now, Michael B. Jordan in this movie. I seen him in the movie Chronicles, and I didn't even bother to watch the last Fantastic Four, but man, Michael B. Jordan as Donnie Creed, he brings so many different layers into this role. You have the really angry, young, I'm mad at the world, I'm mad at my dad character, to a guy who is very vulnerable, to a guy who is loving, especially with his love interest, which I'm going to be talking about here real soon. So there is many shades of this character, and once again, it's a very human performance. And now, which brings me to the other supporting characters or actresses in this movie. I can't remember the actress's name, but I think in this movie she plays Tess, and she plays Creed's love interest. And she's not just a simple love interest. She has her own personality, her own skills, her own abilities, and her own challenges. And you kind of got to see that movie to understand what I'm talking about. And the other powerful supporting actress is the actress who played Donnie Creed's mom. And I cannot remember her real actress name, but she was in the Cosby Show. She played Cosby's wife, and in this here, she plays his mother, Donnie Creed's mom. And she's not in the movie that much, but the scenes that she's in, she's just so strong. It's so powerful, but at the same time, she's like our mom, and she's not his real mom in this movie. She actually adopts Donnie Creed, out of his situation. Now, throughout the movie, there is a lot of, I would say, father and son type relationship here. Rocky is at a point where he's not the same Rocky that he was before. Everybody that he's loved close to him, they're gone. Except for his son, but his son's not even around anymore in this movie. And especially when he gets sick. And when he gets sick, it's like he's gonna die type stuff. You see what I mean? So he doesn't have a reason to fight, to live anymore, until Michael B. Jordan, until Creed Donnie Creed comes into his life. So in a lot of ways, this gives him the motivation, gives him a purpose, And on the flip side, it also gives Donnie a purpose because, he never knew his dad. His dad never knew him, and he always felt like he was fighting and he was always alone in this world. He didn't really know who he was, and he didn't want to be known as just Creed, or want to be known as an illegitimate child, of someone that he doesn't even know. And so that dynamic there, it is so layered, and the way that Coogler directs this, it keeps you emotionally invested throughout the whole movie. There are so many scenes in this movie that honestly, you just want to cry. You get teared up. So there's ranges of emotions in here, a lot of it. Now, let's talk about some of the technical aspects of this movie. The cinematography in this is unbelievable. Everybody talks about this one scene, and I won't give it away too much, but it is a fight scene, and you've probably heard other people talk about this, but it looks like one single shot. And I'm not a cinematographer, but just shooting videos and stuff, and then I've watched a lot of movies. That is so hard to do, and especially the way that Coogler just weaves in and out of the fight, and you can tell what's going on, but you also feel like you're part of the fight. It's unreal. And the fight scenes itself, there's not as many fight scenes as you might think, but the ones that are in there, they make you feel like you're really in that fight. That at any moment, anyone could win or anyone could lose. And that is taken throughout the whole movie. I mean, even though you kind of know what's going to happen, you want to be there for the ride, and you really don't know everything that's going to happen, which is really, really cool. And so I really don't know about, there's so many things that I could talk about. Oh yeah, the musical score. The musical score in this was awesome. It really was, because not only did it give homages to the original Rocky series where there's some things that you'll recognize, but it puts its own spin on it, its own layers of music. Some of it's modern, some of it's very, old, some of it's just like, it just blows your mind because it melds everything all together and it's extremely, extremely memorable. By the time you get out of this movie, you're going to be pumping your fist, a lot like the very first Rocky movie. And so, I don't want to ramble on too much about this movie, but even before this, I heard some really good reviews about it, and I made sure I didn't want to go read any spoilers as I'm doing here right now. But I kind of thought, man, why do all these people like this movie? Is it like a fake reviews? All these fake reviews? No, this movie, it's that good. It is that good. It's definitely my favorite movie of this year, period. And it's probably going to be one of my top movies of all time because I really did like the first Rocky movie. So if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. And if you have seen them, leave your ideas or comments below. And as always, if you do like these videos, be sure to subscribe. And for full written episodes, head out to geekoutdoors.com, and I will see you outdoors on the very next episode.